So today I'm going to be talking about my trip to Japan and basically what I learned over there, or the things that I uh, observed. And I wasn't there for too long. I was only there for about a week. But even though I was just there for a week, it was a completely foreign country to me. So obviously you're gonna, soak in a lot. And I plan to keep going back there, so I will add new things to this list. I did write some things down in case I forget. There's just so much to talk about in detail, but I know that really doesn't make for an interesting video, so I'm just gonna, jot down some things and talk about them. So I guess we can start with just the environment. There in bigger cities, obviously you'll see a lot of trash accumulated, a lot of littering going on, dried up bits of gum stuck to the pavement. But hold on, over there in Japan, they don't really have any of that going on. Sorry, I thought someone was calling me. Both the young and the old participating in keeping the streets clean. I feel like over here people are just really careless and they don't give a damn about it. They'll just throw trash and very ignorant here. But over there it's all about presentation. It's all about keeping things looking tip-top shape. And that extends even to themselves, which is the next thing I was going to talk about. So they present themselves very professionally and it's very uniform over there. So the women, I notice they usually wear designer clothes. Their clothes looks very expensive. Women there do not wear tennis shoes. They don't wear Vans or sneakers. They all wear heels or pumps. Or slip-ons, but I mostly saw heels was the way to go over there. Men, a lot. This was I guess you could say like the culture shock for me was when I noticed that the men were wearing suits. I guess the media portrays, for someone who didn't know too much about Japanese, customs or too much of the culture, I would look to the media and they would portray Japanese people as like these crazy outgoing, people that wear colorful stuff all day long. And I knew that when people mentioned like Japanese people liked weird tabooish things, I didn't believe so much that, but I did really think that everybody there had a street style, which is not the case. A lot of the people there, like I've said before, are uniform. They dress for work, and so the men all wear suits. Majority of the men I saw wearing suits. Even a lot of the young people there, like that look like 18 or around my age, they also wore suits, which is very different because here, obviously in America, it's the complete opposite. But I think it also comes to show how the work ethic there is, that young men are being brought up to think, ahead and not to just kind of go against work and working hard, but embracing it. It's not to say that they're happy with it, but they're just more ready to work. Over here, I feel like it takes people time, and yeah, they just seemed really mature. Everybody's hair was also really groomed very well. Nobody looked like they had messy hair, and I think I was the only one there with messy hair, honestly. let's see. So when you go to Harajuku, that's a little bit more different. That's people can express themselves more there. That was the first time I saw really cool, stylish clothes. Um, I saw more of a street style there. I saw more of the, I think it's called the Lolita style there. Um, yeah, but no matter what, the thing is that even when I saw street style, it looked expensive. It was just, America has nothing on Japan. Japan style is fucking the best, one of the best. So, as for crime, I noticed that some people left their bags outside of stores, which was kind of like, wow. That was interesting to see because you can't do that here, obviously, in the States. Um, people don't. I didn't feel like people would take advantage of me just because I'm a foreigner. There was times in the subway where, after such a long day of traveling and walking around everywhere and rushing through the subways, I just felt really tired. I didn't feel like closing my bag. I just didn't feel like holding it like this the whole time. I would just have it, behind my shoulder, and just anybody could have easily just grabbed something from my bag, but I never felt that people were going to take advantage of that. No one, the way I perceived it was people there don't have the necessity to do that. And even if you were going to get mugged or someone was going to do you wrong in the subway, majority of the people there, they're not going to like that. They're not going to go for it. So it makes no sense for one person to single themselves out and commit a crime in front of everybody. And there was a lot of policemen there too. They were very helpful. That also is important because here in America they have some cops. When they come up to you or you go up to them, they have this kind of like this demeanor that they become like very defensive with you, and I understand that. I understand why they are, after the experiences they have in their jobs. Of course, they might be a little weary or hardened by their job, but over there, the police are just very friendly and always willing to help. So, yeah, when you could walk around, my boyfriend and I, on our last day there, we decided to pull an all-nighter and we didn't sleep all night. So we walked around like at 3 in the morning in Shinjuku, Tokyo, and we saw people, but we never once felt threatened or in danger. That night was really cool because then we went to eat like at 4 in the morning, and it was really nice. That was a cool night. I walked around in Kyoto, and it never, maybe like I said, I was only there for a week, so maybe I didn't experience enough of the country to determine how the crime feels over there. But, this isn't pee, by the way. This is iced tea. It's really good. And you have to have some ice cubes in this kind because it's a little too sweet, but yeah. This is my first video, by the way. I feel like really awkward. I know I'm going in tangents, but give me a break. It's my first video. So, back on track. So yeah, I mean, obviously I was just there for a week. How can I determine that? But I can say I felt extremely safe walking around, which for me that was so refreshing because I can't freaking walk around my neighborhood without being fucking hollered at or just bothered just by pesky people, and it's annoying. And for once that was really refreshing. It was really nice, and that we all should do our part here. Honestly. So, I guess one last thing I could talk about is the subway transportation. For this subway, I was extremely intimidated to come to Tokyo in the first place because I didn't want to get lost, and I didn't want to spend all this money for my trip and not be able to get into any of these districts that I wanted to go to get frustrated. But in reality, their system is really cool. It's very organized. There's counters there with people there to help you. It's very fast paced. That was kind of a shock. Everybody rushing and dodging each other, but I loved it. Basically, you buy your ticket at the ticket machine. Some of them, you have to go to a certain one. That's why I say you should go up to the counters and ask the workers there for help, and they'll direct you to one that has the English button and English option. So you get your tickets there. We usually paid with coins, got our tickets. You have like number 14. This is this line. It'll take you to Shibuya and Harajuku and some other one. So depending on where you're going to go, let's say you're going to Harajuku, which is, I believe, like the second stop, you'll wait. Some people will get off on the first stop, and then you'll continue going up, and then they'll say Harajuku next stop, so then you get off, and they'll leave you at the station. And then pretty much you can, as soon as you walk out of the station, you're there, and there's already a lot to explore. So that's what I really liked about it. You didn't have to walk like 2 blocks away to hit the actual, shops in the actual little district. At least with the districts that I visited, people are really respectful. It was interesting to see how there was plenty of opportunities for people to cut me, but they didn't. Like they know who's next. They pay attention. They don't try to act like wild animals and try to get ahead of you. It's crazy and there's a lot of stuff going on, but they're fair. So that was really nice. Let's see. So yeah, the transportation, the subway transportation option is the way to go, I believe. We were thinking about taking like a taxi. Well, my boyfriend was, but I was like, dude, that hinders the experience. I'm not going to take a taxi. No, let's just do the subway. And he was really good at it. He honestly figured out a lot of it for us, and he ended up really enjoying the subway too. It's very clean. I know this is like weird to say, but I was like really worried because it gets kind of hot in, like we're in the area where people are buying tickets and running around. And even when you're waiting for the subway, it's a little cooler out there, but I was just concerned with being packed in together, and it's like freaking hot and no AC. But the subways are really nice and cool in there. They have AC, and even if you're like all huddled together and squished, I noticed that people there didn't smell bad. I know that's weird to notice, but it's true. Like it was kind of cool not to have to worry about like stenchiness. Which maybe in another video I will talk about, like the whole bath experience I had there, because bath culture there is really important. So, and it wasn't until I went there, it's like, damn, a bath every day really is necessary. It just really winds you down. So yeah, I think I'm gonna add some clips to the video, and so far that's all I wanted to talk about. It's like 15 minutes, holy shit. I talk way too fucking much. But yeah, I just had a lot to say about the experience. I will be visiting again, probably in a year, honestly, because my boyfriend's really busy with school, and he's not going to really, it's really intense. He's going to medical school, so he won't graduate until another year, and that's when he's going to have time to go back. And we just thought that we would live out there for a month, and I think it's going to be really good for him, because Japan's actually very quiet, and it'll be like a really nice quiet environment for him to prepare for his state test after he graduates. So yeah, I'm gonna go now. see how this goes, and yeah. Bye bye.